Y'all, before we even get into it, this ain't just a podcast. This us talking to the block, to the moms, to the homies lost, to the ones fighting demons in silence, to the kings and queens that forgot their crown. We four brothers coming straight from mud, hitting the web not for clout but for principles. We them night brothers, speaking truth to the mic, shining through the struggle, bringing dark to the light. Block to your soul, let the message ignite. Podcast for the people, every word take flight. Gritty like the grind, hell first we strive. Social heat in the streets, trying to keep hope alive. 4 mics, 1 mission, make the people revive. It's the night time, tune in, feel the vibe. We 4 deep like corners on the block, mics hot in the lab, cooking truth non-stop, no gimmicks. This ain't clickbait chatter, this heartbeat, struggling soul, blacker than batter. Got fam trying to heal, broke bills on the table. Talk health, mental wealth, if we able, we enable. From the hood to the web, we built this escape. Tired of seeing kings trapped in a lowercase fake. Click clack on the keys, we ain't just pie, we preach it. Street slang, health hacks, real talk preaching. See the system rigged, trying to cage our minds, but we cracking the code like it's Columbine. I'm the brother with the blueprint, knowledge in my stash. Turn trauma to armor, pain into cash. 1 mic, 4 voices, no filters, no mask. We ain't just streaming, we building that path. We them night brothers, speaking truth to the mic, shining through the struggle, bringing dark to the light. Block to your soul, let the message ignite. Podcast for the people, every word take flight. Gritty like the grind, health first we strive. Social heat in the streets, trying to keep hope alive. 4 mics, 1 mission, make the people revive. It's the nighttime, tune in, feel the vibe.
Oh yeah, 4 mics, 1 mission. Nighttime, nighttime.
I seen young blood.
What's up, brothers?
Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. How you doing, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good, man. Can't complain. God is good all the time, brother. How about you?
All right. We want to welcome everybody to the Night Brothers show as we prepare for another incredible show. And guys, I tell you, our audience is so loyal. They'll find us no matter what. You gotta love them for that, respect them for that. But anyway, guys, how's everybody doing? Now, so how you feeling this evening, brother? How you feeling, brother?
Excellent. How about yourself and Ken?
How about you
feeling, Ken?
How about you, Kenny?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. I can't complain. God is good, brother.
Amen. Well, welcome, Darlene Collins. Welcome to the show. Margaret Nick, welcome to the show. Mimi Lee, welcome to the show. And everybody, as you come on board, just drop a line and say hello to us. This is the Night Brothers show, and like we always said, that we like for you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And this is the show where your opinion matters. So we welcome your comments, we welcome your questions. This is a two-way conversation. So feel free to drop in your questions or comments, and we will respond to them in kind. Anyway, guys, like I said, we have an exciting show on tap. We got a lot to cover, and we need to get to this. Let's get into this thing.
Yes, you did. Kenny, I like the hat, brother.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. You know how I do. We vibing?
The vibe, so.
Man, I just want to lay in the shade, get in those shade, you know what I mean? And pontificate on life. We vibing under the city lights. Wherever the wind go take us. If it's good, we make it contagious. Said we vibing, laying on black sand beaches, thinking of what life teaches. So glad and fall from the deep end. Said we vibing under the city lights. Wherever the wind go take us. If it's good, we make it contagious. Said we vibing, laying on black sand beaches, thinking of what life teaches. So glad and fall from the deep end. Said we vibing, even when the days feel low. Faye's gonna have that glow.
Oh yeah, folks, we vibing tonight for sure. We're definitely vibing tonight, man. It's going to be another great show, and we're going to dive into just what you guys can expect tonight. A couple of things we're vibing on tonight. The first vibe, man, is one that I got an opportunity to meet this gentleman a few weeks ago at our revival, and right off the break, I was impressed as he proclaimed the word of God and brought it in such a unique way. I couldn't help but be excited about it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to interview the one and only Mr. Michael Anthony Parker II, affectionately known as Pastor P from Asbury United Methodist Church. He's going to jump on with us for a few minutes for a brief interview, and we're going to just talk to him and introduce him to our audience and to you guys in general, Annapolis in general. Following that, but there's more, as we like to say, there's more. Following Pastor P, we have a couple of brothers who are joining us tonight, man. Kevin Smith and David Stansbury, the co-chairs of the Annapolis Kunta Kinte Festival for 2025, who will be celebrating the 35th festival. Man, and they got a lot to cover, a lot of exciting news, and we're going to be breaking that all down with them. So, guys, we're going to be doing some serious vibing tonight. Let's get it, Lenny.
Pastor P has arrived. The Night Brothers Show welcomes a bold new leader in town. A new energy is hitting Annapolis and is wearing a robe and sneakers. Meet brand new pastor Dr. Michael A. Parker II, affectionately known as Pastor P. From the Baltimore School for the Arts to the pulpit of Asbury UMC, he's blending passion, purpose, and community power. He's not just preaching, he's already reaching others with a vision for faith and service. Don't miss this inspiring conversation. Pastor P has arrived, and the city will feel it. The Night Brothers Show, where conversations build communities. Be sure to tune in and be inspired. Remember, on the Night Brothers Show, your opinion matters.
Pastor P, welcome to the show, brother. How you feeling, man?
Good evening. Good evening, brothers. I'm well. I can't complain. All is well.
Good, man. Good to have you on the show, man. Listen, I was looking forward to this on the moment we met at First Baptist the night you preached the opening night of revival on Set the Place on Fire. I might add, set the place on fire. I said, oh, they're gonna burn the house down up in here. What is going on? They're gonna burn the house down.
I'm just a little Methodist preacher. That's it.
Pastor P.
Oh, good.
Pastor P, we would be remiss if we didn't say thank you for your time, just jumping on.
Yes.
And I just want to let the audience know that Pastor P is just making a quick appearance tonight, and that we will have a full-fledged interview lined up with him soon. I'm going to just say that. Q does the schedule. He'll work that out. But tonight we just wanted to give you a quick glimpse and introduce him so that in the meantime you guys can stop over to Asbury UMC, United Methodist Church, one of the oldest African-American churches in the city, as they say.
The oldest.
My original church that I grew up in. And so glad to have somebody that's lighting it up.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, Pastor Pete, Lenny and I were reared in that church. That was the church we were a part of it as children. And, one of the things about my mom, who passed away a couple years ago, she'd allowed us to make our own choices as we got older, and you know how it is. So I ran across the street. I ended up across the street over at First. I ended up laying but that'll always be my home. Asbury will always have a special place. But anyway,
so audience, if you can, just drop a line in the chat, audience, and show some love and welcome Pastor P to the show. And Kenny, we're gonna let you fire it off, brother. Why don't you get it started?
Absolutely. Welcome, Pastor P. First of all, it's a pleasure to meet you. And like my big brother said, thank you for your time. I know there's many other things you could be doing, but you took the time out to share with us, and we really appreciate that. How does it feel
It's an honor
to become the pastor? Absolutely. How does it feel to become a pastor at one of the most significant and historic Black churches in Annapolis? I attended Asbury sporadically. I'm from Annapolis, by the way. And I did attend Asbury, sporadically. It's one of the most historic and significant Black churches in the city, in my Lady Night voice. But tell me, Tell me, how does it feel? How did it feel to become a pastor at that church?
So it's been exciting. It's a new season, not only for Asbury, but for me. I have looked forward to coming to Annapolis and serving in this way. And it's also humbling, especially in light of the more than 200-year history that Asbury has. And when I look at the record of amazing pastors that have served Asbury, it's humbling to come behind people like Bishop Edgar Love, Dr. Joshua, Dr. Arlen Allen, who was history making in the life of that church, her appointment alone. So it's an exciting and a humbling time.
Amen.
Absolutely. I'm sure you're going to make a very big part.
Yes. Well, Pastor P, a couple of your members are online too. Margaret Nick, who's a member of your church, she's making a few comments and a few others. But anyway, as we keep moving,
I see
in your
Sister Margaret. I see Sister Margaret.
Yeah, you see, I know you saw. Yeah, we were all together the night. But listen, as your personal spiritual journey, up to this point in your career, what's the significance of this new leadership role at this season in your life, Pastor P? I mean, for you personally, what does it mean for you personally? Putting aside the history of the church and everything else, but you personally, how do you feel about that?
In a very interesting way, it is a season of comfort for me. Interesting enough, my mom died in January while I was actually at my introductory meeting at Asbury.
Oh my goodness!
So I was meeting. I was meeting one of the committees, and my mom passed. Buried her, and then surprisingly, my father died in March.
Wow!
So,
oh goodness, man!
It back to back.
That
was something else. The church I was serving at that time was amazing. The way they loved on me. But this is the season I know where comfort is a big part of it for me. And part of the comfort for me is being in a new setting gives me an opportunity to focus on some other things, to think about some other things, and not just sit in my grief. Now I'm grieving, no doubt, but to not swallowed up in it, and so it's a season of comfort for me on my personal journey. Reverend Parker, Pastor P aside, Michael, that's where it is for me.
God always knows what we stand in need of, and maybe, who knew what you're going through all of that. This will help you get through all of that. And we thank God that we're sorry for your loss of both parents, but we thank God that you had this to focus on so you won't, like you said, labor or Lord, just lay in your grief. So we thank God for that. All right, Natural, you're up, son.
Yes, indeed. I definitely understand. But I appreciate you, taking this time out for us. And our condolences, our humblest condolences to you, your family, and and may you get through this and shine indeed. But and actually, you know what? The first time I met you, you did the funeral for one of our mothers of the block, one of the mothers of our block, Mrs. Randall, Dorothy Randall. Incredible spirit, indeed, man. I mean, she was a firecracker, like firecracker. Bless all of this. But what message do you have, Pastor P? What message do you want to share with Asbury's faithful and the greater Annapolis community at large? Because I know, just hearing you speak that day, I see you come with a vision, and if you could share that with us, I definitely would appreciate it.
Absolutely. So I guess the larger message would just be, it really is an honor to this community. I'm honored and humbled that my bishop would assign me to such a historic and prominent congregation. And I'm just excited to see what God, through God's people, will do and what we will all become. So I'm looking forward to the ride.
Amen.
All right. Glad you're here, brother. Definitely.
Dr. Michael A. Parker II, minister of Asbury United Methodist Church in Annapolis. And I say your name because we want to know where the nickname come from. Because Pastor P. Sound like Master P. Is it a story behind this? What's the deal? We keep it light on tonight, brother show, so we want to know what's the deal, brother.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely a story behind it. So before I was a senior pastor, I taught middle school English in Baltimore City for 3 years. I had a student, Brian, who did not like saying my name, and he would say, he said, I'm gonna just call you Mr. P. And so then it caught on in the entire school, and so that's what I ended up being was Mr. P. And so then when I was assigned to my first pastorate in 2012, I said, well, let's see if I can shift this over from Mr. Pastor. And it went, and still to today, both roll with it. So that's where it comes from. Comes from that little big head boy I had in the 6th grade. Down
that is an awesome story. Awesome story, very relatable. And I can imagine, Kenny, can't you imagine just the name? Sometimes when you meet a pastor, pastors can be intimidating, you know what I mean? To like, you want to make sure you saying the right thing, doing the right thing. This is my leader of my church. And just
welcome to what's up, Pastor P?
Yeah, makes it very connectable, so you feel, people feel more confident because they feel like, okay, you see, we got a
very
nickname.
Approachable.
Is that how this works?
Yeah, well, I'm a huge extrovert, so I'm a major people person.
Okay, beautiful.
I don't know where all the energy comes from, so I think some of that is just natural. It just comes out that way. But yeah, I am very relatable. I'm very down to earth. Oftentimes people don't know how to take me. I show up and I got tattoos up and down my arms. So I am certainly not your traditional pastor in any way, shape, or form. But it is definitely. I think one of the things that makes it a little bit more relatable and a little bit more human, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm still a human being, And so I was telling a member earlier today. Don't put me on a pedestal. I'm a beggar, just like all the other beggars. The only difference is I'm a beggar that knows where the bread is, and so
there you go.
I try to keep it as relatable as possible.
It's a beautiful thing, brother, because this new wave of pastors that's particularly hitting the African American church. It's just such a beautiful thing, because for this time in this season, it was a different way when we was growing up in the church, and it was a little bit more stiff-collared, let me say, for lack of a better phrase. But now it needs to be more down to earth, on the street level. I meet you where you are, and I'm going to get you this word. And I think it's just such a beautiful thing to see pastors like yourself coming in and leading flocks, man. So I just definitely commend you.
I appreciate it, brother. It's an honor. It's an honor.
Absolutely. Well, look, we want to keep you all night. You're welcome to stay, like I said, but you don't have to. But I got two brothers waiting in the wing patiently, and I want to segue over to them. But audience, just drop a chat in the group in the chat, and just say thank you for Pastor P coming back on. Armand Wallace says you are
and
definitely preaching me back home. Armand used to go to to Asbury too, man. He said you trying to bring him home, brother. Bring him back to the church, Armand.
That's a good guy.
I'll be in touch tomorrow, and we'll be setting something up for the very near future because we got plans for you, my brother. We have plans for you, okay? So
yes, sir.
We'll be working out as our conversation earlier today. We will be doing some other stuff a little later on.
Yes, sir.
But you're welcome to hang on. But if not, we'll catch you later. But if you want to hang around, that's fine as well. But Lenny, let's segue over our next. All right. Hey, man, we want to welcome Mr. Stansbury and Mr. Captain Smith, the co-chairs of Kunta Kinte Committee, to the show. Hey, fellas, how y'all doing this evening, man? How y'all doing, man? Good to see you both.
Excellent. Thanks for having us. Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Our pleasure, man. And, first of all, before we even get into the interview, I got to tell you guys, I'm gonna set you guys on the air what I said to you off the air, man, is that I appreciate you both so much. I appreciate your level of professionalism, the way you handle things, the way you handle business, your responsiveness, and everything else that comes along with it. And that's great leadership. You're showing great leadership in this committee, and we want to break this down, what you're doing right now. So if you don't mind, let's get into this thing, guys. But once again, we appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Thank
you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, can you guys believe that it's been a year since, because you guys were on last year before the 2024 KKHF, which stands for Kunta Kinte Heritage Festival. Everybody knows what the acronym stands for. It's been a whole year. Can you believe that?
It came around fast. Exactly.
Most definitely. And it's right back up. And I know Kenny got a follow-up for you.
Absolutely. Is this the time? A little bit more, Blenny. A little bit more.
There you go. Is that better for you?
Here we go. Is this the time? Yes, sir. First of all, again, welcome. I can't believe it's been a year already. Let me just just say that. It's been a year already. Is this the time that you guys get your palms sweaty, the anxiety grows, your heart beating? Is this going to work? Is that going to work? Entering these last few weeks of preparation. I know the last few weeks are just as important and as mind-blowing as the whole time you've been preparing for it, because it's getting close. Or are you cooler than the other side of the pillow? You've been there before, you've done that.
Man, they cool.
I think it's a mixture.
I got it.
I think it's a mixture of both. We definitely have moments where everybody's sweating, and it's not just us. it's the whole team trying to get everybody together, keep calm and staying on task and getting things done. And then there's moments where, we as leaders, we like to make sure that we are intentional about cherishing those moments where when we come together and after we sweat and fuss and fight, we are able to come together and pray and just cherish the moments that we have and the opportunity that we do have to make all of this happen. Because every team deserves those moments where we take those times to do it. So we're just intentional about that because time is never on our side. The festival is tomorrow to us, if you think about it. But we are intentional about that.
Man, that's awesome.
Wow. And I know those last few weeks, as opposed to the entire time y'all spent planning this, those last few weeks are more crucial and more important than probably all the whole thing together. So again, congratulations, brothers. Keep doing what y'all do.
Thank you.
I know you got the city excited. I know that much.
Well, no,
absolutely.
I hope so.
So how the closer you get to the show, how does your schedule? How do your schedule get? I'm sure it gets kind of crazy, especially now. Countdown.
It's been crazy since we started.
Keep it real, Dave. Keep it real.
It's been crazy
the whole way.
It's a full-time job. It is. And especially when you are the leaders of it. But sometimes we move like a duck. You see them just floating across the water, but underneath that water, them legs are rolling.
Right. You'll see all the work. Right.
I like that.
You look cool, though.
That's a great analogy.
You look cool,
great analogy.
Oh, man. So
I love that, David.
Yeah.
I really love that, David.
So we're looking cool, though. We're looking cool.
Yeah,
but you
vendors, you got vendors and everything
sweating,
else
man.
to follow up with. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
The good part is
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So when we think about this, 35 years, when you think about the journey of the festival, what does it mean to you personally and to the community at large that this event has grown the way it has, and that you guys now, you may remember it from when you were young, but now you're helping to run this thing. How does that impact you, and how does you think it impacts the community at large? If you both could opine on that, if you would.
Since y'all old heads now.
Sure thing. Yeah, I mean, 35 years, you really have to understand the resilience and the consistency of being able to put together something like this. It takes not just 1-2 people, it takes us as a community, and it really shows us that we understand as a community that this is important to us, for this to continue to keep going. I would say Kunta Kinte is the first African culture event in Annapolis that was created and started by a group of people. Leonard Blackshear, who was out of Annapolis, who started that. And of course, they still have the Kunta Kinte Alex Haley Foundation. But they were the individuals, along with many great people that started this, and it's continued. And the purpose really is to bring the community together, and like a homecoming, it reminds us about where we come from, and it just honors that story, the legacy that we all relate to.
So you must have was like 10. You must be like 9 or 10 when the first Kunta Kinte won.
For me,
how old was you?
I don't make you feel bad. For me, I wasn't even born.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was just 7. Okay.
Why you making this like an old head for real, kid?
Wow.
Old head for real.
Art you up, baby.
I wasn't even.
can't see that.
But David, would you like to respond to that question as well? Would you like to add anything to that question before we move on?
Oh, I mean, it's definitely an honor. I mean, I have been going to the festival and participate in it since I was a child. And, you know, to carry on the legacy of what the founders started. And really, Annapolis should really support this because, you know what, there's no other festival like this in the United States of America. There's no other Kunta Kinte festival.
Wow.
The
Really?
only other Kunta Kinte festival is over in Africa.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
So we have something special.
Very good.
Correct.
You know, we're the only ones who have this. So, you know, to take it and continue to grow it. Absolutely. So we stand on their shoulders and we want to honor them by doing it in excellence.
That is amazing.
Awesome. Well, speaking of growth, I mean, this is your second year hosting this event at the Naval Marine Corps Stadium. How has this venue transformed the experience of the festival attendees compared to other years? Who do you see being, you know, so?
Wow. Well, the stadium has definitely just opened us up wide open. I mean, if you know the history of it, it started over at St. John's College. It went over to Crownsville and then came to Annapolis City Dock. Well, the stadium, first of all, you have on-site parking. You have all the space you want to have. It's at a central location. You know, and at one time we probably weren't even allowed to participate at the Naval Academy. So to be able to bring that to the stadium, in that type of space is awesome. You know what I mean? So we appreciate the partnership there, and it's just everybody can get to it there, and it's very convenient. The vendors don't have a problem parking. You know what I mean? They don't have to go find parking in the garage somewhere. It's all on site. It's, you know, it's right there. Awesome. So it's the best place.
Right off the highway, too. It's definitely an excellent location.
Right off the highway.
No question.
And while we're addressing it, we got a lot of flack from people because they were pissed off because we moved it from downtown. But, you know, there's various reasons we had to move it. But the congestion and the
too big to
construction,
downtown from what?
We can't grow.
That's where we were. The intent was to allow an entity and festival that we created grow, and we can grow it unless we uproot it and replant it somewhere to allow it to grow. So we have the opportunity to be innovative and still include the grounds where we still honor down by the docks because it's sacred. You know, we still are innovatively trying to figure out a way to make sure that we still give that honor to that. However, the plant just has to grow. And 35 years, it's worth 34 years. It was worth uprooting and allow for it to stretch its branches out some.
Absolutely.
You know what? I'm listening intently to you, and there's a lot of messages in between there. I like the way you posed that though, Kevin, because it's a festival that the Heritage Festival on what it's built on, African American culture, and you know it's a melting pot downtown with a lot of events, but it's still inclusive of everybody, is what you're saying. At the same time, just because you move from venue to venue, it's still an inclusive, all city, all cultural type event. Am I correct in making that assumption?
Absolutely. All are welcome. In fact, we had a lot of people from the Naval Academy, from the neighborhood, just come on over. You know what I mean?
For the West Annapolis neighborhood,
That is awesome, man. Because I know that has not always been the case when events were held there, particularly events of color. I can recall maybe Arden, you may know what I'm talking about. Maybe 10 years ago.
No, I was going to flat out say you beating around the bush. Usually over in West Annapolis, you get some complaints over there. Any kind of black, I mean, I'm just straight up. Any kind of black thing goes over at the Naval Academy. Usually I hear from different people that have thrown things over there that they've gotten complaints and they weren't louder than anything. And I know I've been to games over there. They blowing blowing stuff up over that joint when they get a touchdown. So
Yeah.
a little bit of music, you know what I'm saying? So have you been received pretty well as far as West Annapolis is concerned? Pretty much is what my question was.
The blessing in that, and I'm glad you brought that up, because God definitely works and He answers prayers, and the blessing in that is that there was a big cloud of our community holding that and basically saying this is what they did to us, and this is what they are doing to us. And the festival is a constant reminder about we aren't what they did to us. We aren't that. So we were consistently knocking on the door, even when they were not answering. We were consistently showing up in the middle of the day and say, hey, how are you? We still want to talk to you because we have a vision and we believe in this vision. We believe that our system and our organization is well organized to be able to be on your grounds. And just simple conversations and being able to develop and build those relationships. Now we have come to a place with our relationship with the Navy where they are now helping us starting this year to pour money in to help promote the festival and keep the festival there.
Awesome.
So
That is
was
awesome,
breaking
man.
down
That
the
is
barrier.
That's
This
great.
year we're having them help, and those are the seeds that are sown that we're watching it grow. We just never know what will happen. Now I know someone made a comment. I thought you guys were going to be in the stadium. That would be a great goal, but guess what? I'm okay with being on the lot. I'm okay with being on the parking lot for right now because we've broken down the barrier. When we sat down for our post conversation from last year, they told us, they said, listen, you all were the cleanest group of people that when you all left the festival last year, there was no way of them trying to clean up after us. That the games and the tailgating and all of that was more trashier as far as trash than the Kunta Kinte Festival last year.
Yeah.
Because we were well organized, because we were professional, and we went in and we did what we were supposed to do. We came in and we had vision, we were organized, and they just allowed for us to come back. So we're just hoping that we continue.
Awesome.
I tell you, it's a lot to say about having a festival that goes off without a hitch, that the public can even see. And secondly, to have an outright peaceful event. You know what I'm saying? No issues, no uproars or anything else, man. And I mean, that's salutable. And I would definitely salute you guys. Brother Troy for the Family Day joint, always peaceful. The 10th joint, always peaceful. It just sets a precedence, because the precedence that usually goes out there is they can't get together, they can't have things, you know what I mean? It's going to be a conflict of some sort, especially in Annapolis recently. But to have all of these events, and you guys have a legacy of having these events and having them be peaceful and go off without a hitch, man. And that's got to be commended, indeed, publicly. And if don't nobody else do it, Night Brothers, we're going to do it. Definitely. They're going to flowers.
And
Hold, Q. Let's segue with Kenny.
Absolutely, brothers. I want to reiterate something that you guys started off initially with this interview, and Brother Art touched on it. You said a while ago we wouldn't even be having anything at the Naval Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. I grew up a 10-minute walk from the Navy Stadium. My elementary school was right across the street, Germantown Elementary, and you hit it on the head. And Arden chimed in, you hit it on the head. For you guys to be this is your second year at the venue, correct?
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. For you guys to be there, and now you say the Navy is helping along with the Kunta Kinte Festival. That speaks volumes. Again, kudos, brothers. Kudos. Keep doing what y'all do. But getting to my question.
Amen.
You guys have over 200 vendors.
Good Lord.
Wow. Wow. And thousands of attendees. Has this growth surprised you? And what new experiences can the attendees this year look forward to? But 200, wow.
No, it's not a surprise. We did that on purpose. We intentionally wanted to grow.
I love that.
I love that, man.
You know,
Yes, sir.
Wow. But
so
what you
yeah,
got new popping off this year?
You know, so the space offers that. You know what I mean? There's nothing that you looking for that you won't find there. I mean, from arts and crafts to clothing to jewelry to art. You know, everything's there. It's like a whole flea market when you come in there.
Community, education.
Yes, don't forget that.
All of that is included in the 200 and plus. Youth entrepreneurship.
Yes.
All of that is included in the 200. And we kind of lost count because I remember last year we had so much space and it was a lot of logistics happening with loading the people in, and you know the vendors were very happy that we were, you know, pulling them in. But I think there was one person who showed up and said, "Can I vent here?"
Oh yeah, he just showed up.
And David and them grabbed him a space.
Wow. And that's actually leading me right into my question. I was wondering.
I love it.
I was wondering, is there a stop? Is there a line that, you know, are we past the date of new vendors, and how if somebody sees this and wants to vend, is it too late for them? That was my question.
Yep, great question. So for right now, we still are accepting applications to vend. The stop is going to be August the 15th. And I would say by the end of July, if you are going to be a food vendor, the stop will be the end of this month. And the reason being is because we are a legit festival and we do follow the rules. So if you are a food vendor, you're going to need time to get all your proper paperwork before you can properly vend at the event. So for food vendors, the end of this month, July, and then for arts and crafts and community, until we reach capacity, which we are right about there, is the 15th of August.
All right, guys, y'all better get with them.
Wow.
Man. All right, well, guys, as we move forward with this, for those who might, you know, there's a group of youngsters and people coming up, and even some older individuals who may not recognize the significance and the deeper story behind the Kunta Kinte Heritage Festival and the purpose and why it's important to our culture. So if you guys could just take a moment and break that down and explain it to people why this event has so much significance, not only to this area, but to our culture as a whole. And that we've all seen the movie and things of that nature, but break it down for us, if you would.
Absolutely. I think sometimes the easiest thing is to refer to the movie, but sometimes just breaking it down and just, you know, making it plain is very simple. And a lot of people will remember that when they understand that they are a part of history. Kunta Kinte arrived right here in Annapolis on the city dock in 1767. And by him arriving, that is pretty much, I would say, the significant representation of a lot of our ancestors who arrived right here in Annapolis and were sold into slavery. So this festival commemorates the legacy of the story of the resilience, and then basically just keeping the story alive, understanding the history of it, of course, the heritage, where we come from, and the empowerment, of course, in the future generations of us being able to continue and keep telling the story. And that means we have to stop letting the system deteriorate our history. But the festival reminds us that we are empowered to keep telling the story.
That's so awesome. You know what? Something I just learned, and I'm not on the screen, but this is London. I just learned because I was, I do research for these shows. We won't just throw them together. But one thing I looked at, I found out something about the name of the parole area of Annapolis. Did you know that how parole area got its name? Anybody?
Yeah, I think I remember. The area was like a holding place.
Yeah, go ahead, tell them, Kevin. Since this is your show, go ahead. Tell them.
You got it because you looked it up.
When they brought the slaves into Maryland and at the city dock, they couldn't house them, and it was, don't forget, that was like the central hub in Annapolis. That's where businesses were. So they didn't want all these black Africans just kind of running around downtown Annapolis because that was getting in the way of business. And it was like thousands of them. So they created this place called Camp Parole. That's the parole we know. And it housed thousands and thousands of slaves in that area because they figured that was far enough, 2 to 3 miles away from downtown Annapolis, where they wouldn't come and interfere with the business of downtown Annapolis. But that ain't stop us. You know how we venture out. So, but that's where parole got its name from. Isn't that interesting as crap?
The interesting
that
part
is. Man, let's drop nuggets. We're dropping nuggets tonight, man, for our audience. That's great storytelling, man.
And just to piggyback, I would say the interesting part is in our school books, you're probably not going to see that. And it's probably going to say that the military or some type of training grounds that was for training for the military, and this is the Camp Parole. A lot of times that's how our history was covered up. But, in a way, this is why this is important.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It all ties back. You're absolutely right.
Kenny, I know we hit this, but go ahead.
Absolutely, brothers. Yeah, we did hit this. But you did say your food vendors have till the end of July, and I understand that with the licensing and all that. And your arts and crafts have until what date was that again?
The 15th of August.
Vendors? The 15th of August, the day after my birthday. That's Friday. Absolutely. But that was a very funny story when you said somebody just showed up and said, "Yo, can I help you?"
I'm ready.
But I love it.
But how do they do that?
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So do they go to your website? How do they do that? Walk through the process.
Everything's on the website. KuntaKinte.org. KuntaKinte.org is where you want to go to sign up as an application. We need volunteers. You can also sign up as a volunteer. Mm-hmm. You can select what time slot you want to take and what area you want to work in through our volunteer sign up. You know how they say in the churches, the part where we all can participate, sponsorship. All of us can participate in sponsorship.
How you say it?
You have $1.
How you say it? On how you say it?
Where they gonna go to participate and be in the best nation? And that's the donation. Do y'all go to the website again to get the donation? All right, y'all. Yeah. So look, you know what the best nation is? Donation.
That's right.
So flow with the dough,
and
baby.
We don't want no chicken wings in that basket either. Don't put no chicken wings in there.
That's right. And you know what? We don't mind it jingling, but we'd rather have it full.
Right.
So you know what to do. So that leads me right in here to you. And if you can leave the viewers absolutely flat out, I would say it was an incredible event last year, absolutely. And but if you guys would leave them with one reason why they have to be there. I mean, if you want to give 10 reasons, that's cool too. But definitely, why should they come?
I'll give you a couple reasons. Not let Kevin give you a couple reasons. You don't want to miss this year. Perfect. Like if you listen. It's going to be awesome entertainment. We love to have a variety of entertainment. So our headliners this year is R&B legend John B. You have the Canton Spirituals of Canton, Mississippi. Gospel legends.
Yes, gospel legends. Gospel legends.
Yes. You're going to have the Earth, Wind, and Fire tribute called Ingratitude.
Bang.
You know what I mean? So, and we're gonna have our local artists. We're gonna have reggae. We're gonna have jazz. We're gonna have go-go. So you're gonna hit a lot of genres of music. So you're gonna want to bring your chair, and you're gonna want to be there all day.
Yeah,
there you go,
man. I was so overwhelmed when I saw the entertainment lineup. I was like, whoa, these brothers have gone all out, man. So I'm excited about it. I wasn't able to attend last year because I was out of town, but I thank God my schedule allows me to be there bright and early this year, and we got some business to talk about after the show too about that, guys.
Yes.
All right.
Last year,
Absolutely.
I didn't attend last year either.
Y'all were on a cruise last year.
I was on a cruise, but my
yeah,
band
on a
played,
cruise.
and I think we have a spot on the small stage this year. I'm excited to be able to play this year. But Kenny, I mean David and Kevin, this is the point of the show where we like to cut up a little bit. So we're gonna ask you some more fun questions, a little bit more personal. But Kenny gonna start it off. Go ahead, Kenny.
Yes. And I'm probably of the panel of us four. I'm probably the last one that should be asking anybody about food, because right now that's my problem. All right, but I'm just keeping it real. What is your favorite festival food that you can't resist? And before you answer, let me tell you mine. The first is fried chicken. I heard somebody say,
That's everywhere though.
Chicken wings, chicken thighs, a breast, and last but not least, legs. So, and then don't forget the
You
ribs.
want the whole chicken.
Don't forget the ribs.
You ain't lying.
The whole chicken.
That's the whole chicken, man.
The whole chicken.
All right, so good. So guys,
I'm just keeping it real. What are you guys' favorite festival food that you can't resist, or if you do resist it, what do you suggest to the potential attendees?
I think I'm with you on the chicken wing, man. It can't even make it home. And it's so easy to eat. You know, if you stand it up, you know, if you know how to eat a piece of chicken, you know how to grab it by the bone and just work your way around the wing.
This is from a wingologist.
Actually, I mean,
it was no doubt with the pinky
seen
out.
somebody else's plate. I've seen somebody else's plate ask, "Can I have one of their chicken?" Before. It's definitely one of my favorites. And then, you know, you can't go wrong if you have oxtails on site. I gotta get, but I can't eat them out there. I gotta grab that, put it in the bag, and put it in the car because I gotta have that at home.
Yeah, for later. You gotta sit down for that one.
That sound like a special moment there, man.
Yes, that oxtail meal is a special,
the real silverware.
That's a special at-home moment with some collard greens and a potato salad and some oxtail. That's a sit-down at-home minute. So I'm with you. We right here, brother. We right here.
Yeah.
What about you,
absolutely.
What about you?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm gonna go for the oxtails. I mean, if I eat out there, the gravy is gonna be on my shirt. But listen, I want some oxtails, some rice and some beans and some cabbage and stuff, man. Yes, absolutely.
You didn't take it there with the cabbage. No, you didn't.
All right, you up, brother?
Oh man, I'm trying to wait for it to clear up a little bit. If budget wasn't an issue, and you could book any artist, living or deceased, to perform at the festival, who would it be and why?
Good question, Art.
Oh man,
good one.
That's a good question, bro.
Good one.
This is great because, man, this is tough. And I would have to say, if budget wasn't an issue, living or deceased, which of course is all in my mind, but I would have to go. I have to go with Prince, and then let Bob Marley close it out.
I knew you were gonna say that, brother.
That would be a nice show right there. Prince follow.
Prince, and I didn't hear the last part. You said
Bob Marley.
Oh wow, okay, all right, cool. Yes, sir. Yeah, I could rock with
We'd
that.
have to add Michael Jackson though, because I don't think them two have even been on the same stage at the same time. We'd have to have Michael Jackson as well. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, Michael Jackson said Prince was a mean one.
Base, man. It's gonna be an overflow at the other Navy for the Michael Jackson. So we
Yeah, sir.
Oh,
So the city of Annapol
It's gonna be on lockdown.
He said you're gonna be in the overflow. You're gonna be in the overflow room. In the overflow room, like you remember when we was little, we used to go to church. When we was young, we was in church. They wouldn't let you sit in the pew. They put you in the overflow room. You know what I mean? Kevin, did you say it's gonna be you have to go in the overflow room?
That's right. If Michael was there, it's time to have an overflow, man. There's too many people.
Oh man, you're right. You're right.
You're gonna need an overflow and ambulance.
And you know, the funny thing about that is that, like, well, back in the day when they used to have the Motown Review and James Brown and everything else, man, they had tens of thousands of people show up in Annapolis and block the road from down Bay Ridge all the way out to the daggone highway. Both sides of the Forest Drive. Amazing.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yes, indeed.
Well, listen, I'm gonna ask you this question as well too. Listen, I know I have my personal favorites, but David, I'm gonna start with you first, and then Kevin, I'm gonna let you chime in. If you were having some outer guests come to Annapolis, what would be some of the places you'd like to take your visitors to, and why? To show them the city. What were some of the things you'd like to do with if you had out of town visitors coming for the first time? David, I'll start with you first.
I would take them downtown, of course, and see some of our historic sites. Definitely the Frederick Douglass Museum, Harriet Tubman Frederick Douglass Museum. I think it would be important to go to the Naval Academy and do a tour.
Yes.
And I think we would want to go eat at either Juleps, which is one of my favorite restaurants, or Cooper's Hawk. Cooper's Hawk has a nice atmosphere, kind of sexy. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Kevin, on you, brother. On you.
Well, I probably would focus more on the food than places, because places is nice and all that. I would want to go to the food, but it's a little hard because I'm a true Marylander, and I love me a good crab, and I feel like if people come to Annapolis, I'm gonna have to sit down and eat some crabs with you. So I'm either gonna go over to Mike's, maybe,
I like
or
that.
I might go to Buddy's. But I need to crack the crab open.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask both of y'all this. What if it was your cousins from Alabama and New Orleans, and you just want to take them to a club? You going to Legion or Peerless Rent or what you? Where you taking them? Where you taking them?
I don't know nothing about it.
I'm gonna have to take him to church, man. That's all I know.
I hear you, brother.
I like that.
Hey,
I like that.
Stansbury was just on, bro. He welcome.
I'm messing with you.
Come on, David. Come on, David. Keep it real, brother.
That's a smart move. Take him see Pastor P. There you go. You're absolutely right.
The Elks Club is close to downtown.
Right on point, Dave. Can't nobody hate on you for that.
No.
Yes, sir, man.
Go over there, take them over there, grab some crab.
I figure I mess with y'all just to keep it light.
Yeah.
That's why they don't let me ask a bunch of questions, man. They don't let me ask a lot of questions.
I'm going whiskeys. That's where I'm going.
It's about to be on and pop.
I love it.
I would ask you what you was going to order, but we're going to leave that alone.
You got great guests, man. I appreciate
y'all awesome every time you come on, and I just really want to thank you for coming on, and don't mind cutting up with us too, man, because that's part of our show. That's part of our background is to just have fun. So I want to thank you, and we want to give y'all the closing statements. Anything that you want to tell the people that we might have missed or what have you, and about the festival or about any other things that you got going on, because I know. And we just want to thank you too for all the hard work that you put in to do this, because people don't see that.
No,
people just want to come out, and this is the problem with one of the problems with the world now. people just want to come out and they don't look at all you did. They just look at the little thing that didn't go right, and then they want to be all on social media. You know what I'm saying, Dave? You know what I mean? But
yeah, it's very true.
look,
Very true.
things might not go right 100%, but don't look at that. Look at what these brothers are trying to do. So I just really want to say that and give y'all the closing statements. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say in response to that, it's going to come with the territory. So there's plenty of things that people are going to say and critique about what should have happened or what didn't happen. But the intent we want is to make sure that people understand what our mission and purpose is. We actually do that. We want to give a shout out to our committee teams with us. Of course, to make sure that all those little subcommittees and those tasks and purposes are completed and done, because it takes a lot of work for those people to do that. And we meet on a weekly basis to do that. So shout out to the entire committee that's doing that. I can't name them all tonight, but I'm just shouting you all out because they make our work easier because they said yes to the call. And then I would definitely want to reiterate this year, this is 35 years. 35 years symbolizes change. And we wanted to be innovative. Our board president came up with an idea, and Dave and I, we just took it and ran with it. And this year's theme is going to be Afrofuturism, which is rooted in heritage and reaching for tomorrow. So it's going to be a whole lot of elements to Afrofuturism this year, even down to our entertainment, our vendors, everybody's participating in the Afrofuturism because we want to show our children that there is a future in all of us. We want to celebrate that, just being connected to our heritage and being able to innovatively reaching for tomorrow.
I love that. It's a future in. I like how you said there's a future. There's a future in us, or something. Whatever you said, because
yeah,
you're getting into another whole thing. But we got to know that there's a future in us as a culture, because it's trying to be rewritten out of textbooks and everything else. Even AI is trying to write us out. You know what I mean? So I love what you're saying that we got to make sure.
If the Knight brothers, and I hate to say this way, I feel like I'm taking over, but just to ponder on this. If the Knight brothers was to get in a spaceship and go back 80 years and tell your ancestors what the future is going to look like, would you want to do it?
That's a loaded question.
Afrofuturism is definitely an opportunity to. It's almost like the future is coming back to us and saying that your future is bright. Telling our children, your future is bright. The future is bigger than this. You know, we want to make sure that we are honoring where you came from, how you got here, what happened to you. But there's so much more in you. There's so much more ahead of you.
David, you got the last word. Thank you, Kevin.
Where you going?
Listen,
got the last word, David.
I want to just ask everybody to just share it with your people. You know, if you got some change, do go on the site and support it. Right now, we're running a campaign just for our children's section, and we're asking 35 people to give $100. If you don't have 100, partner with somebody that got 50 and y'all do 50. Or give 4 y'all and you do 25. But we want to make sure that our children come and enjoy themselves. We want families to feel comfortable bringing their children. We want them to have a great experience. So if you can either invest in the children part of it, you can go right on there and contribute to that campaign. We just need 35 people to give $100, and we're well on our way with it.
Amen, brothers. Well, look, thank y'all for coming on.
We appreciate it.
Peace and love to you. Let us know how we can help. And we look
Thank
forward
y'all,
to seeing
man. I
you.
appreciate you guys.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, we appreciate
y'all.
you and all the work y'all doing, man. God bless you and your families.
Yep.
You know, I rock with your family already. Y'all family already. So it's that's what it is. Tell everybody I said peace and love.
That's right. That's right.
Definitely.
All right, audience. Good night.
Look, I'll be talking to you guys. I'll be talking to you guys tomorrow. I'll give you a call tomorrow, and we'll talk about some of the other things that we had to talk
give
about.
us a call.
And, we'll go for.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Next
All right.
week, y'all, we have Rhonda Pendell
good.
Charles. Rhonda Pendell Charles is coming on next week as a mayoral candidate for Annapolis, Maryland, and we'll be just myself, Arden, and Kenny's gonna rock the mic. It's gonna be 3 mics, 1 mission, because Q going on vacation. So we're gonna rock it out.
Yeah.
So thank you, brothers, for coming on, though.
Yep.
Good night.
Thank you, guys.
Peace and love.